Welcome to the After Hurricane Milton garden party. No. Let me just show you what happened. All right, as you can see over here in this section, we have a lot of branches that fell down from our neighbor's tree. We were concerned that the whole tree was going to fall down, but as you can see, it's still standing proudly, but a lot of the branches did fall out of its canopy. So one of my biggest concerns was about my lime trees because they were filled with fruit. We did have some fruit droppage, but as you can see over here, we still have plenty of fruit left on the tree. So we have a lot of drainage ditches built into our food forest. And over those ditches, we had a bridge that used to be here. And now it's way over there on the other side of the path. That should give you an indication of how far the water rose in this area. It basically just floated the bridge away. All right, so in the food forest itself, I knew that the bananas were going to get beat up, but I'm surprised that they're both, the large ones, are both still standing. Even if they had crashed to the ground, I wasn't too concerned because the bananas themselves are propagating via the cup root underneath the ground, and I have some of those already started, so my bananas were going to continue throughout the year. Another thing that happened is the moringa. That's this here. It is the leaning tower of moringa now because it got pushed over. And it's still upright, and my dragon fruit is still growing on its base, so I'm hopeful it'll stay. I might need to prop it up. I'm not really sure what to do about it, to be honest. One of the things I'm saddest about is what happened to my pineapples. They got so drenched that they actually rotted. I lost one here, and I lost two over there. I do have a few pineapples that survived, but many of them just got flooded out. They couldn't stand the excess moisture. All right, and further inspection, this is concerning a bit because this, I believe, is part of the main root base for my moringa and why it is leaning over so far that way, because it actually pulled the roots out of the ground. A lot of the grapes were knocked off during the storm, which is completely understandable, but I am finding large clusters still on the vine, so that is a happy surprise. This section of the food forest got battered by wind damage because behind the camera is kind of a wind tunnel between the edge of our house and the fence dividing us from the neighbor's property. So I was expecting some damage on these, but not quite as bad. Our elderberry tree got whiplashed pretty severely, and you can see a lot of dead branches and a lot of forced aeration on that section. The mulberries are already re-sprouting, as you can see from where I trimmed, so I'm not really concerned about them. But then farther behind me, you can see this is our tree spinach, or I think it's called patuk is its actual name. It has been pushed over almost onto the ground. It keeps falling, but it is falling really bad. I'll show you from a different angle. You can see here its roots are ripped out of the ground, and it is nearly, well, it is in parts, just laying flat on the ground. That is how much it got pushed over. It was an upright tree at one point. Here's another bridge that got washed away. It really didn't have very far to go because of the tree that fell over. But it's going to take a lot of clearing before I can even reposition that bridge, so I'm not really too worried about it. The raised garden beds survived just fine, and I actually had them cleared out pretty low because of the summer. So I won't have to do much prep to get them ready for my fall garden or winter garden, so I can go ahead with that and continue growing for us. I do have lots of cleanup, and that's going to put my wood chipper to the test as I try to get as much of this yard debris up and cleaned up, and I can use that to refill my planters as well, which is an extra bonus. Hopefully, wherever you are, you survived well as well. And my heart goes out to those that had really bad damage. This is a really bad storm following another really bad storm. So many people in the United States have been affected by this, and it's really bad. So try to be considerate to your fellow neighbors. Try to lend a hand if you can. And if you're not, and you're in an emergency situation, try to stay off the road so that way the people that can help will be able to get to where the help is needed. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to have some more uplifting gardening information for you next time.